this is Sharon. Thank you for tuning in again today. I really do appreciate. I love all the comments that you gave. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much for the encouraging messages that you sent out to me. I really do appreciate. If you're watching this channel for the first time, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe. Let's do this! So guys, I am so happy that we're finally doing this again. I remember that from the last video I said I was going to talk about my 2019, and I went ahead and did a few summary points about my year, because if I decide to talk, man, we can talk for like hours and hours on end. So I'll get right to it. So my 2019 was a year full of so many lessons, because I was going through such a very tough time towards the end of 2018, getting into 2019. So just to recap, 2018 had just been one of those very low moments for me. Nothing seemed to be working. Career, my passion, everything just felt to be stumbling all over. I was trying to get a footing again, you know, of myself and all the things that I needed to do. I was so hard on myself. So fast forward 2019, December, for 31st New Year's, I found myself in church because, I don't know, out of guilt, I think. Someone guilt tripped me into going to church, but I thank God, because now I know it wasn't guilt tripping, it was God trying to get me there, because that's the only way I'd get this particular message that he wanted me to get. So the pastor during that service preached about forgiveness. To be honest, I was suffering with so much anger and hate because of more than one person that I needed to forgive, and I didn't realize how much this was doing me harm than good, because I was dwelling in the negativity of the things that were happening around. So I remember getting to the church, and he's like, you know what, I'm not going to talk about prosperity, I'm not going to talk about, you know, setting goals. He's like, you know what, I'm going to talk about forgiveness, because you know what, if you don't forgive, then you're not going to get blessed. And I was like, wow, that's a bit much, you know. Anyway, so I came home, sat down, wallowed in my pain, anger, bitterness, everything all together, and I was like, okay, I need to really think about this. So I said, God, you know what, I want to go to church, but I don't know which church I'm going to go to, because I had just moved to Nairobi. So I was there, found myself in a church not too far from my house, and for me that was the beginning of everything, truly speaking. So there was a class that I found myself signing up for. It was a 10-week class, and it was a class that was for I wouldn't say new believers, but people who wanted to maybe get to know what activities are in the church, just to be able to serve in the church as well. So I signed up for the class, and getting home I was like, what have I done? So 2 weeks down the line, the class is about to start, I didn't turn up. There was a lounge, I didn't turn up for it either. So they kept on calling me and asking me, why aren't you coming? And I was like, you know what, I gave out all kinds of excuses, and eventually they told me, you know what, if you don't come, we're gonna come looking for you. I was like, oh my God, why are these people pestering my life? Anyway, so I get to the class. The first question, I say hello to everyone, about 15 of us, if not more. And the class, I was asked, oh, tell us about yourself, and do you know God? So I start talking about myself, and then I said, yes, I know God, but I'm here, neither here nor there. Obviously there was that fear of, oh my God, they're gonna judge me, because I assumed that everyone who's in church is there because they're perfect, they know what they're doing, they have their life together. That was a perception that I had. So when people started talking and giving their versions of the story, I got to realize that everyone was going through something, and everyone was there because they're looking for they're looking for answers, they're looking for a group of people, they're looking for love, they're looking for forgiveness, they're looking for all kinds of things, because people have gone through so much. Any story you've ever heard of, it was there. So yeah, so I think that's where my journey began, starting to discover myself, what I love, what I don't, just a lot of things. And I started to love myself. I started to understand myself, to understand why I behave the way I do, why the anger, the temper, the bitterness, the forgiveness, or lack thereof. So as the class went on, I started to feel so much peace in my heart. By the time, like, it was 7 weeks down the line, I started to feel so much forgiveness. And I remember calling people or sending people messages and being like, you know, I've been carrying you. You've been a load on me. Trust me, these are people I would never, ever have thought of calling or sending messages to, or, you know, I just was asking for forgiveness, because I realized I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. No one will ever be perfect. We are a work in progress every single day. And sometimes we look to find perfection in everybody, looking for perfection in the same thing that you're lacking. But for you to realize that you're lacking in it, you have to have that, you know, that self-awareness, which most of the time we don't want to look inside ourselves. We want to look at the things that are not working around us, people who are not doing the things that they're supposed to and all that. So just that assurance and that awareness of those things. Also, I learned to let go of selfish wants. So I was this person who, yes, I need to get this going and that going and this going. I remember especially 2018, 2019, looking for work. You know, I started a business and things weren't working as I had expected. And just a lot of things not going the way I wanted, expectations I put for myself, society, and just a bunch of stuff really. And yeah, so I also learned to listen more to God and just to tell him, you know, that I want less of me and more of him, so that you're not doing things in according to what you want. You know, sometimes we tell God what we want, and then we expect him to adhere, and then when things don't go right, we start telling God, why are you doing this to me? No, did you ask God what he had in store for you? Because I can assure you, there's nothing as great as having God or doing what God wants you to do, because you know what, everything just is a smooth sailing process. Obviously it's going to be challenges here and there, because you know, for you to grow, you have to face these challenges. It's taken me the longest time to ever come to God and ask him, okay God, I've done everything that I wanted to do on my own, with my own strength, with my own knowledge. Okay, now I want you to show me what you want me to do, and can you do it in me? Can you help me? Can you help me be more aware of you and the things that you're doing in my life? There's lessons God has taught me, and they're in the hardest of ways. Oh my God. But I'm so grateful nonetheless, because it's in the lessons that we grow. If you're not learning lessons, if you're not going through tribulations, sometimes we don't learn, we don't grow, or you're easily you're more, you know, likely to make the same mistake again. So also loving others even though situations say otherwise, you know, just love them despite who they are, what they are. When you start to love the people around, you start to look for the good things in someone, as opposed to always looking for the negative things, the things that are not working out. You know, you're more happier around, because you have this positive energy, always looking for the good things, you know, in the good in everything, if I may say so. And also forgiving myself. I learned how to forgive myself, you know, and not being too harsh on myself, because I know I'm my worst critic. I critique myself so much. So just allowing myself to know that I'm not perfect, like no one is perfect. Just allowing myself that, you know, just giving myself that benefit of doubt and be like, no, Sharon, it's okay if you make a mistake, it's fine, you know. And yeah, just allowing others as well around you to be themselves and just make those mistakes. It's the only way you'll be able to grow, you know. Also, another thing I had to learn was healing from the past hurts. Because I know this is a bit cliche, but when you don't heal from the problems that you've faced before, if you don't realize, you know, sometimes we don't heal because we don't know. If you don't heal from the past mistakes or the past hurts, it's easy for us to carry it forward, and then you find other people who've not even seen what you've gone through, and you burden them with your brokenness and break them as well. I know this has been the hardest and biggest challenge for me, being more self-aware. What have I gone through? What has it done to me? Has it changed me? What has the other person, my friend, my brother, my whatever colleague, what have they gone through? You know, so that I'm coming from a point of knowing as opposed to treating people. I'm telling you, if you knew what people have gone through, would treat people better, because some people are just the way they are because of what they've gone through. Just giving people that, you know, just that allowance to be themselves and just open up slowly. I've become this person who wants to hear what people have gone through, because I just find so much, I get to understand someone better and just know how to pray for them as well. Also knowing that God is not this person who sits with a, you know, who sits with a stick at the top and wondering when is this person gonna do wrong so that I can punish them. That God is this loving person, that is this caring person. He wants what's best for us. And those are part of the lessons that I learned for 2019. I think just to add on, also I got to learn to listen to God more. That in the silence we're able to hear God. That, you know, sometimes as much as it's good to have people around you, you also need that time on your own to also hear God. And when I say time on your own, I don't mean on your own watching a movie or listening to God, to different things. Is just sitting and just meditating and having time with God. You know, just reading the Bible, whatever it is that you want to do, just listening to very mellow music and just telling God, I'm here for you to speak to me. For me, 2019 was that, just learning to listen to God more. Another thing is I learned that we all have a story, and that we are all, you know, it's encouraging to share this story with others. It's so nice to be able to have people you can be able to talk to and share with. So just being what you want to see, you know, creating an environment that you want to be a part of. The highlight of my year was brokenness, you know, brokenness from pride, brokenness from anger, brokenness from lies, and lies that the devil tells us. Sometimes we sit down and isolate ourselves and listen to these lies, and sometimes we believe these lies that the devil has told us, that we're not gonna amount to anything, that we're useless, that nobody loves us, that we're never going to find the love of our lives, we're never going to get the career that we want to get, we're never going to amount to anything, basically, you know. And a lot of us are living with so much emptiness in us because of the lies that we've allowed to hinder us from getting to that place where God wants us to be. So I do hope that this has brought hope to somebody, because honestly, this is just my sharing of different things that I've learned from 2019 that maybe would bring hope for someone else in this new year. Don't be too hard on yourself, guys. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just allow yourself, you know, the process. Allow the process to take place. So if you haven't already liked the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, please hit the notification button so that you get a notification anytime we post. And if you would like to partner with me, please email me on this email at the bottom right here. And I would love to hear comments from you. I want to hear what you want us to talk about, as well as what kind of music covers you'd like to hear, because I think from next week I'll be able to bring some new covers. So I'm so excited, because for me, music is my ministry and that is what I love to do. Yes, I can't wait for what God has in store for all of us. I pray for you, and I pray that God will continue to bless you. Thank you for your time, and God bless you. Bye. God bless.